we will record it and we'll send the recording out afterwards. And yeah, with that, we can get started here. So once again, thanks for taking the time to tune in here for Free Training Fridays. If you haven't been here before, the purpose of Free Training Fridays is kind of twofold. So one, it gives us an opportunity to kind of spotlight or highlight a specific feature or integration that we're excited about or we feel is really impactful. And second, it gives you guys an opportunity to just kind of have like a general Q&A, have a bit more of a deeper dive than you would get normally through the ticket support. Have a little more insight into some of the answers here and the reasonings behind some of the answers here. So today for the agenda, I'm going to start off with a bit of a preface here, just talking about just a couple items before I get into the spotlight feature here. Then we're going to go to the spotlight feature today, which is subscriptions. We'll talk about subscriptions, what they are, why you should use them, how to use them. And finally, the majority of the session today is just going to be basically general Q&A here. So to start off with the preface, just going to let everyone know that once again, we're pretty new to doing the Free Training Fridays. This is just session 3. So if anyone has any feedback on how this could be more valuable or what we could do differently next time, or if we should continue doing these, definitely let us know. Second thing here, just want to remind everyone that we have a shared goal here, right? Commerce7 team, we're here today because we want you guys to be better on the platform. You guys are here as well because you want to be better on the platform. So we've got the same goal here today. I understand that at times you may get an answer that is not what you're hoping for. And I get that that's kind of frustrating that the system can't do what you want it to do. But just, it's important for us to know about those frustrations, but please try to express them in a constructive way. And finally here, I just want to talk about answer expectations. Right, the team here, we got a lot of smart people joining today, but we're not perfect. And there will be times where we're not going to have the answer immediately, or we're going to want some time to think through the proper answer, or we're going to need to go back and talk to the dev team to get the proper answer. So just letting you know, we might not have all the answers here right away today here. So with that, I'm going to move on to the spotlight or the highlighted feature of the day, which is subscriptions. I'm going to briefly talk about what they are, why you should use them. And then Alicia is going to give us a demo here of how you can actually utilize subscriptions in Commerce7 here today. So first talking about what subscriptions are. Subscriptions are similar to a user choice club, except they take the members' experience a little further, right? If we're looking at a user choice club today, with the user choice club, the member can control the products within a given package. With the subscription club, or the subscription, takes the experience a little further, and the member can not only control the products in a package, they can control the frequency of their shipments, they can control their specific shipment dates, and you're able to give every member a unique curated default package that's based off their preferences, right? So instead of everybody starting off with the same default package, every member can get a unique default package for themselves there, right? So that's kind of the difference there. Takes the experience a little further than just the user choice club. Gives them even more flexibility in allowing not only the flexibility of controlling the products, but also the frequency of the shipments, the shipment dates, and the default packages there. I'm going to talk a bit about why you should use subscriptions. Really, the number one reason that kind of we're seeing on why you should use subscriptions is that they're driving a lot more online signups. Right, we're seeing that the wineries who are implementing these, they're getting a ton of online signups for their subscriptions. Whereas with wine clubs, traditionally most of the signups are coming from the tasting room, right? Somebody visits the winery, they have a good time, they sign up in the tasting room. We're seeing with the subscriptions, there's actually a lot of online signups or signups where the member hasn't actually visited the tasting room before. And if we think about why this might be, if you're thinking about a traditional or user choice club, why do people sign up? They sign up for the member benefits, right? People are signing up in the tasting room because they want the free tastings, or the member-only events, or the pickup parties, or exclusive access to rare vintages, things like that, right? They're signing up for the traditional or user choice club for the member benefits, whereas the primary value, or why people sign up for the subscription, is the convenience, right? It's the most convenient way to buy. You get exactly the wines you want, when you want them, at the frequency you want them, right? It's curated, it's convenient. So that's kind of the big difference there. And if you're thinking through, your non-local guests, your non-local customers, right? A lot of the member benefits from the traditional club, they're localized, right? You got to be in the same city to go to the events, to enjoy the free tastings, things like that. If you're in a different city, you're in a different state, even a different country, there's not a lot you can get there from the traditional member benefits, right? Whereas with the subscription, it's the most convenient way to purchase. And so if you're in a different city or a different state, you're signing up for the subscription for the convenience there, because it's easier and more convenient than just kind of buying one off there, right? So we're seeing that subscriptions are performing better for online signups. That's really why we recommend kind of implementing these here today. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Alicia, who's going to walk through how to actually implement a subscription here today.
Thank you, Zach. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm going to take us through setting up a subscription club, and then we're going to kind of jump to the front end and kind of go through that customer experience. Okay, so to get started, we're on the dashboard here. I'm selecting club. I'm selecting subscription tab. I'm going to select add subscription club. So I'm going to give it a title. This is going to be customer facing. And with subscription clubs, I'm going to highlight some of the main differences between traditional and subscription clubs as we go through the setup. With subscription clubs, the only time that we have to create multiple subscription clubs is if we need to set a different minimum. We can see down here that I'm going to be able to set a minimum number of products that has to be purchased in their club shipments in order to process those. So then the only time I need to create multiple is if I have different minimums. But as Zach mentioned, we're going to have club members in the same subscription club that can have different frequencies, and they're all going to have different process dates as well. So we're going to begin a title. We're going to put some content in here. I'm just going to drop some content in here. We have the statuses available. So of course, if we have a web available, it's going to be available on the front end of our website for customers to sign up. And then we have admin status as well. So we drop a picture in. We want to make it look really nice. That's the information and image that they're going to see when they go to that club sign up page. Whenever we see email instructions, this is an opportunity to include specific information for the club. So for example, when someone signs up for one of your clubs on your website, they get the same transaction email. They get the same club sign up confirmation email. If I include specific information about this 6-bottle club that I'm including, that means that when someone signs up for the 6-bottle club, the system is going to pull this information in and put it in that transaction email. So just quickly, if I jump over to settings and transaction emails, I just want to give you a bit of a visual. We have the club sign up confirmation email here. And again, this triggers anytime someone signs up for any clubs. But you see the email instructions area here. It's going to pull in any content that you have set up for that specific club when someone signs up. So it's a great feature to have for communication with our club members. So moving on, we have the option for traditional and subscription. We're going to leave it on subscription. And we have these additional options here. So right now for product selection, the only option is automatic. So the system selects products personalized to the customer. So we're going to see when I create this subscription club in step 2, I'm going to create the pool of products. But again, like Zach mentioned, I don't need to set any defaults because the system is going to build a shipment automatically for every club member based on their purchase history. I can change the minimum number of products. So I'm going to change this one to 6 so that no matter what I put in this pool of products, the system is going to generate 6 items in each shipment, and the club member can never go below 6. And then here's where the difference is with frequencies. So I have the control with this subscription club that I'm creating to determine which frequencies I'm offering to the customer. So I can add 6 months here. So with anyone within this club could have a frequency of every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months. I can add and remove accordingly. But you're going to see here that I have to select one as the default. And that means that when they sign up on the front end, it's going to default to that frequency, but they're going to have the ability to change it and to select from any of the other frequencies that I offer. And same with on the back end. I can sign a club member up and I'll be able to change their frequency if I want to. Okay, so we're going to add the club here. And so now I'm still in step 1 of the subscription club, and I can change any of the, front facing information. I can change the frequency. And I just want to highlight here the communication. So similar to traditional club packages, we have the club emails, but you can notice that we don't have the option to customize them. So they're not going to change the days. We're not going to be able to change the dates that these trigger, and we're not opting to not send these. These are very valuable emails because remember, when someone signs up for the subscription club, their process date is going to be based on that club sign up date, and their frequency of their shipments. The process date's going to be based on that process date. So when the system builds that shipment for them 2 weeks before they're expected to process, that club email, the 2-week email, is going to trigger automatically. It's going to have that beautiful display of exactly what's going to be in their shipment and that convenient button inside that they can click and get into their account to adjust their shipment. The same thing with the 2-day. It's going to automatically trigger 2 days before their shipment's scheduled to process, and it's going to have their selection and the button to log into their account. And then for the credit card failure, so whether you manually process or the system automatically processes the shipment, if there's an issue with the credit card decline or failure, they're automatically going to get that credit card fail email so that they can log into their account, update their credit card credentials so that they can receive that shipment. So there's lots of value in these emails. We can control the content in them under settings, transaction emails, but there's lots of value with those emails triggering automatically. So let's continue, and we're going to go to step 2. This is where we're going to add product. So the idea here is that we want to add a nice pool of products here. Just give me a second here. We want our customers to have the ability to adjust and add to their shipments, because we know that when we allow them to customize their shipments, that's when we're seeing the order values increase. So even though they only have to purchase 6 bottles, we're going to see some club members come in and adjust their shipments and increase that order value beyond the minimum. In step 2 here, there's some information here that we really want to pay attention to, because this is another main difference between traditional. The first here is if there's no default items set, the system will create the club package based on customer preferences using the pool of products. So for example, I could select 6 items here and select them as the default. And those are the items that are going to populate in their shipment, populate in that 2-week email. But if I don't set any defaults, then the system's going to automatically select 6 products for them based on their purchase history. So it's customizing that experience for the customer. I'm just going to skip this one and look at this one. If you wish to force an item on a customer, set a minimum and it will override the preference and always appear in a customer's package. So similar to traditional clubs, we can still set a default of 1 and say a minimum of 1, and we can kind of control, and we're making the club members purchase, one of this product. So if there's a new vintage or something that you want to feature and you want everyone to purchase it, we can set that minimum still. And then just quickly with the maximum, we never want to add products to the subscription clubs that have limited inventory, because we never want to get in the situation where we don't have enough inventory to fulfill the existing shipments. So maximum is a great way that if you're adding a product to the pool of products and you have low inventory, this is a way that we can control it. So for example, if we have low inventory of this cab, we can say that everyone can purchase a maximum of 2, because if everyone puts 2 in their club package, I can fulfill those orders. Again, we never want to get in the situation where you're going to allow them to add 12. Everyone's going to add 12, and you're going to have a very manual mess of taking that product out of shipments, replacing it with another one. So we want to keep in mind, and I'm going to show you step 4, which was built to kind of help forecasting that inventory. And then finally, one of the main differences here is making changes to the product offering. So we see this is always going to be changing. So packages created 2 weeks before the shipment. So when we go to step 3, I'm not going to see all my active members. I'm only going to see the members that have a shipment that is going to process in the next 2 weeks. So any changes I make to the pool of products here, whether, defaults, minimum, maximums, removing products, adding others, it's only going to affect club shipments that are created after November 26th. So that's one of the main differences with the pool of products with subscription clubs. It kind of has to be a 2-week advance planning of what the products you're going to offer for those club members that have a club shipment scheduled coming up in the next 2 weeks. So that's step 2, and we would select continue. And now we're going to be in step 3 here. So again, I don't have any members in this club, but if I pop over to this 4-bottle one that I created earlier, I can see that I have club members in here, but I'm, again, not going to see all my active club members like I would for a traditional club. I only see the club members that have process dates that are within the next 2 weeks. So again, I can still go into this club member's shipment. I can see the information, whether it's ship to or pickup. I can still edit for them, but the idea is that we want those customers to log in and edit. And I can process it early. I can see discounts applying, very similar functionality to traditional. But again, I'm only seeing the members that are going to be scheduled to process in the next 2 weeks. Okay, and finally on step 4, this is inventory forecasting. So remember that with club packages and club shipments, they're kind of like carts where they have their product selection, but it's not until that payment's captured and the order is created that the inventory is actually going to be pulled from the available for sale. So this step was built to help forecast. So with these shipments in step 3 that have already been built, it's telling me that this is what's going to be required to fulfill those shipments. And then it's showing me what I have for available for sale. So this would be, if I didn't have enough inventory to fulfill this, it's going to show me low. And we just want to, again, avoid adding a product that's not going to have enough inventory to fulfill those orders. So let's jump to the front end now. We're going to look at V2. We're going to sign up for the club. And so we can kind of experience that customer experience here. So I have that 4-bottle and that 6-bottle club. So let's join the club. I'm going to have this beautiful seamless club sign up here with V2. Okay. I'm gonna select pickup or shipping. So we'll just select pickup. Otherwise, I'd have to enter a shipping address. Okay, if I had multiple pickup locations available, I'd have a drop-down menu here to pick for the new club member to select the pickup location that I want to use. Continue to payment. I'm going to enter that credit card. The credit card's required for the club membership. Oops. Okay, I can review. I can change any of that information. Has this really nice messaging that I won't be charged for my first shipment until November 14th. So again, for subscription clubs, I'm going to sign up. Today's the 12th. The system's automatically going to build that shipment for me and schedule to be processed 2 days after I sign up. And then this date is going to be the date that all the other shipments are going to be scheduled around. So we're going to complete that sign up. And now you can see that I can see that first shipment. Okay, it has 6 bottles. It selected 6 bottles because I have a minimum of 6. But you see, I'm not logged into my account. So I have some great messaging here to guide the customer. So again, I'm clarifying when my credit card is going to be charged. But then I have this very convenient way where I can log in and I can adjust that shipment. Okay, we have that handy email being sent that I'm going to pull up quickly and log into my account so I can show you what the customer is going to experience on that front end. And we always recommend to, when you're creating new clubs, to sign yourself up as a test customer and go through that experience that the customer will, so that you have an idea and you can help them with any questions that they have. So now I'm logged into my account. I can see I'm logged in, and now I can view this club shipment. So if I select view, then I'm seeing again those that have been selected, but now I can select edit, and I can now see available wine. So this is from the pool of products that I've created. And now I can increase the quantity of items that are already in the shipment, or I can start adding other items that haven't been added yet. Okay. I can adjust the shipment there. Now I have this beautiful display of what I'm receiving in my shipment, and I can save my selection. You can see with subscription, I have the option to ship it now. If I select this, then it's going to charge my credit card, and it's going to create that club order in Commerce7. When I mentioned before about the frequency, remember, I selected 4 months as being the default. So that's what I've signed up with. But as a club member, I can log in and I can change that. I have the display of every other frequency that's offered. And, I'm going to select every month because I love this club so much and I want a shipment every month. And then I can go back. I can do it so that I get charged right away. Or I can just wait, and I know that I'm going to be automatically processed on the 14th. And then just really quickly, I just wanted to show you the membership from the back end. So let's take a look. This one here. So if I go and look, nope, not what I wanted to do. Let's just go look at Zach's here. Okay, so he signed up for the 4-bottle subscription club. I can see that he signed up on the 12th, so that's why he's scheduled to process on the 14th, but I can edit this. So if Zach switched clubs and I want to reflect how long he's actually been a club member, I can change the sign up date, and I can also change that next process date. I can change the frequency, I can add shipping instructions. This is all very similar to traditional club. When I select shipments on Zach's membership, now I can see all of the scheduled shipments. So again, I only have the option to view this upcoming shipment because it's, again, the subscription club's only building shipments that are going to be processed in the next 2 weeks. But I can see that Zach's going to be scheduled for these ones based on his frequency and based on that process date. That is subscription clubs in a quick little nutshell. So we can,
Awesome, that's
we
great.
can get to quick questions. Yeah, thank you.
So I'll just take over here. I'll just facilitate a little bit of Q&A. So I see Zach has answered Pablo, or one of Pablo's questions. Pablo had another question. Would C7 allow for wineries to create their products for specific customers?
Well, wanting to create their products for specific, like to have the same products in their shipment for every club shipment.
Pablo, you can unmute yourself too if
Yeah.
you want to clarify your question.
So it's more on right now, the system is automatically generating the products for each shipment, right? But let's say that I already had a subscription that I'm moving from one place to the other, or I already know that one of my customers wants a specific set of products. Can I set it up so my customer receives the products that he or she has already liked, as opposed for the system to generate a new random set of products? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you could, for existing club members, I showed you that you could, from that subscription club, you could edit their shipment for them. The only thing is, when they're a new club sign up, you saw that shipment's going to be built for them right away. So, and then that 2-week email triggers to them right away. So whatever the defaults are, or whatever those products that the system selects is going to be included in that email. So it's a little bit tricky with new club signups to adjust their first shipment. But in the future, we might see an option for a separate club altogether, like a manual club that would say, these are the selections for the club member. They want this every time. But we see a lot of value in modeling the club this way because club members want to log in and adjust those shipments. They want to customize. And that's when we're seeing them increase the order value. So I think there's still value in having them sign up and then letting them know that they can go in and adjust and select their favorite wines.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Pablo. Any other questions about subscription clubs or really any questions about Commerce7 in general? Happy to answer those as well. I think that is it. You can feel free to unmute yourself too if you have a question and you want to. Yeah, I think we're good. Zach?
Sounds good. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for taking the time. We're going to send the recording out afterwards. And yeah, let us know if you want us to continue doing these and if there's a specific topic you want us to go over. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.